Hello everyone and welcome back to Xbox Nation. My name's Fletcher and today we're about to embark on a wild journey across 20 of the best open world games that you can play on Xbox Game Pass right now. From the darkest corners of a cursed city to sprawling deserts filled with ancient ruins and futuristic galaxies far, far away, Game Pass has you covered. This lineup will keep you exploring for months, if not years, so buckle up, hit that subscribe button for daily Xbox content, and let's dive into these 20 expansive open world adventures. So let's kick things off with Pow World. Imagine a world where you capture fantastical creatures called pals, but it's so much more than your typical creature collecting game. These cute, quirky creatures are more than just friends. They're your allies, your workforce, and sometimes even your defense in battle. You can even assign pals to work in your factories or help build your base, adding a resource management twist to the already huge adventure. And this open world, it's absolutely stunning, filled with vibrant biomes from snowy mountains to lush rainforests, and yes, even some dangerous darker areas. Every single environment has unique pals that you won't find anywhere else, and the best part is though, you can share this adventure with friends in multiplayer, making Pow World an endlessly entertaining blend of survival, exploration, and creature companionship. Next up, we have my own personal favourite, and that is Forza Horizon 5. Picture this, the vast, colourful landscapes of Mexico stretching as far as the eye can ever see, all beautifully crafted for one purpose: speed. Each region, from dense jungles to historic cities and sprawling deserts, offer a unique challenge. But this game isn't just about racing, this is a playground for car lovers. The dynamic weather makes every new area look jaw-dropping, with seasonal changes that turn familiar roads into entirely new challenges. You can customize over 500 cars and jump into some wild online events with players around the world. The multiplayer has team-based challenges to open world encounters with strangers, and to be honest, it's just a constant thrill. If you're a car enthusiast or just love an open world sandbox with tons of adrenaline, then Forza Horizon 5 is where it's at. If dark fantasy and battling hordes of demons is now more your style, then Diablo 4 is ready to consume you. This time Blizzard gave us a truly open world in the form of Sanctuary. You'll explore haunted forests, eerie deserts, and snow-covered mountains, all teamed with demonic enemies, powerful bosses, and ancient mysteries. You can choose from classes like the Barbarian, Sorceress, or Necromancer, each bringing their own unique style of devastation. And it's not just about going at this game alone. Public events and world bosses will allow you to join forces with other players, while PvP zones add that extra layer of intensity. Diablo 4 takes what we love about ARPGs and just expands it into a world brimming with lore, darkness, and constant action. Have you ever wanted to experience a backyard as if you were the size of an ant? Well, Grounded does exactly that, turning a suburban backyard into an epic world of survival. You will shrink down and suddenly blades of grass become towering walls, beetles become terrifying foes, and spiders, well, they're absolutely terrifying. Resource gathering, crafting, and base building become essential as you'll have to fend off hungry insects and navigate through complex environmental puzzles. What's really great though about this backyard adventure is that you can do it with friends. You can jump in with 3 others to survive and build bases together, which is a fantastic addition, and honestly I've spent countless hours myself doing so. Grounded has a surprising amount of depth and mystery in its sort of cutesy art style as you uncover the truth behind your shrunken state in this world filled with danger and imagination. Now we can finally get ready to live out our pirate dreams. Sea of Thieves drops us into a gorgeous open world seascape where you and your crew can hunt treasure, take down mythical creatures, and engage in epic ship-to-ship battle. You'll explore many mysterious islands, tackling legendary quests, and encounter other player crews who may be looking to plunder your hard-won loot. With regular updates and story-driven adventures, Sea of Thieves really has become one of the most content-rich pirate games out on the market. The unpredictable encounters, the wild multiplayer experiences, and everything in between means that every single session feels incredibly unique. It's a world where adventure is always on the horizon, so definitely grab a crew, hoist those sails, and dive into the pirate's life in Sea of Thieves. If you're craving fast-paced mayhem in a post-apocalyptic world, then Rage 2 is your ticket to non-stop action and adrenaline-fueled chaos. Set in a massive open-world wasteland, this game combines over-the-top combat with exploration across diverse, handcrafted environments, from dense jungles to barren deserts and neon-lit towns. As a ranger named Walker, you're on a mission to take down the tyrannical authority using a seriously impressive arsenal of weapons and nanotrite powers that let you obliterate enemies in creative ways. Rage 2 doesn't hold back on the fun, it really is a power fantasy that lets you unleash pure chaos in a world that feels alive with danger. It's all about style, explosions, and a hefty dose of that incredible personality. Now, I highly recommend that you take a journey to a world inspired by New Caledonia, especially with Chia. You will play as a young girl with the incredible ability to soul jump into animals and objects. This power lets you experience the world in so many fresh ways. You can soul jump into a bird to soar through the skies, a fish to dive into water, or even a rock to roll down a hill. The tropical islands you explore are lush, colourful, and full of life, from dense jungles to sparkling beaches. It has a lot of traditional music to play, secrets to uncover, and a world brimming with heartwarming charm and a lot of heart. Chia is a game that really celebrates nature, freedom, and discovery in the most beautiful way I've ever experienced. It's time to suit up as the Dark Knight in Batman Arkham Knight, and this one has actually been on Game Pass for quite some time, but I know many of you still have not played this excellent gem. Gotham City is sprawling and atmospheric, filled with every iconic location from Wayne Tower to Arkham Asylum. With villains like the Scarecrow and Penguin wreaking havoc across the city, you'll have your hands full as you fight to save Gotham once again. The game's combat system here is the pinnacle of the Arkham series, letting you glide through enemies with classic Batman moves and gadgets. Also, don't forget this time round the Batmobile, which brings a new level of action with high-speed chases and tank battles. It really is the ultimate superhero experience, and why Rocksteady was one of the best in the business, and this is one of the most immersive open-world cities in all of gaming. Up next is one of the most recent additions to Xbox Game Pass back in September, and that's Mafia Definitive Edition, and it finally takes us back to the 1930s in a meticulously crafted recreation of Lost Heaven, a city inspired by Chicago. You will of course play as Tommy Angelo, a cab driver who's been pulled into the world of organized crime, and every mission feels like a scene out of a classic mob movie. The setting here is rich with period detail, so you can think about vintage cars, authentic architecture, and jazz echoing from every single corner. The storyline here is also incredibly gripping, with a lot of drama, betrayal, and very intense chases. And while it's a more linear story, exploring Lost Heaven adds depth to this world, making you really feel like you're living and breathing in a 1930s gangster flick. I wanted to highlight this next game, especially if you're ready for some alpine magic. Dungeons of Hinterberg is an open world fantasy game where the mountains are filled with magical creatures, mystical ruins, and dungeons brimming with secrets. As an adventurer, you'll explore breathtaking peaks, solve environmental puzzles, and take on creatures in tactical combat. The game's art style here is very vibrant and whimsical and incredibly unique, really adding to that sense of adventure. Each dungeon has very unique themes and challenges, and also incredible rewards that make you feel like a true hero. Plus, the combat system mixes sort of melee with spell casting, giving you lots of options to face whatever lurks in the depths. It's a beautiful and enchanting journey and a real hidden gem, so it's definitely worthwhile stepping into this magical world. Before we dive into the 10 remaining games today, please do consider subscribing as we upload Xbox content every single day. Currently, 82% of you are not subscribed, and I would love to see you join our ever-growing Xbox community. We cover everything from Xbox news, reviews, and updates, so you get that daily Xbox fix, and we'd love to see our community hit 50,000 by the end of this year. Thank you again for your continued support on the channel. Feel free to join our brand new Discord server, and let's dive back into these remaining games. Have you ever thought of off-roading in extreme conditions could be this fun? Well, Expeditions, a mud runner game, drops you into some of the toughest terrains you can imagine. You'll be in control of some heavy-duty vehicles built for rugged exploration, from massive trucks to specialized off-road rigs, and to be honest, it's just so awesome. We're not just talking about paved roads here, we're actually expecting swamps, rocky trails, and thick mud pits that really require strategy for you to conquer. It's a game with a lot of precision and patience, where every tire track and engine sound feels authentic. The open world environments are inspired by real world locations, and you can set out on contracts, tackle challenges, and discover secret paths that make this game perfect for any exploration loving gamer. If you're a fan of pixel art and epic stories, then Octopath Traveler 2 delivers an open world experience but with a very unique twist. It's set in a lush, handcrafted 2D HD world, and you'll choose from 8 characters, each with their own unique backstories and skills that really influence how they interact with this entire world. What's so cool though about this game is that every story intertwines, creating a unique web of quests and battles that make the world feel incredibly alive. From snowy villages to desert wastelands, the landscapes are rich with beauty and lore. Plus, the turn-based combat system is tactical and intense, pushing you to master every character's abilities. This really is a love letter to classic RPGs of the 90s, with all the charm and depth you'd want from an open world game. No Man's Sky is the game that gives you an entire galaxy to explore, and to be honest, it really is the gift that keeps on giving. Yes, you heard that right, a galaxy. You will start with a single ship, and then you're set loose in a vast procedurally generated universe with trillions of planets to explore, and each of those have its own ecosystems, creatures, and resources. The worlds vary wildly, from lush jungles to barren ice planets, and just everything in between. You can even build your own base, trade with alien species, or become an intergalactic pirate. Multiplayer also lets you team up with friends or meet random players in deep space, making every single journey in this experience incredibly unique. No Man's Sky has come a very long way since its launch, and is now one of the most impressive open world or even open galaxy experiences in all of gaming. Now, it's time to step into the boots of a Viking. Assassin's Creed Valhalla transports you to England during the Viking invasion, and I have to say, this is one of my favourite Assassin's Creed experiences available on Xbox Game Pass. As Eivor, a fierce Viking warrior, you'll have to build settlements, forge alliances, and battle enemies with a brutal combat style. The world here is a blend of historical and mythological elements, with each region offering stunning landscapes from foggy hillsides to Saxon towns. You'll have to uncover different ancient mysteries, raid and pillage villages, and dive into Norse mythology in many different ways. It really is an epic saga that blends exploration, RPG elements, and classic Assassin's Creed parkour into a sprawling Viking-themed open world. To me, this game is a lot better than Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It is still quite large and has hundreds of hours of content, but for me, the questing in this one was just incredibly better. You may be thinking I would add Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 4 to this list, but I really wanted to highlight the most recent entry into the Fallout series, especially since it's had some great updates and is now one of the best games in the Fallout universe. Welcome to the Appalachian Wasteland. Fallout 76 is a very unique take on the Fallout series, as it's an open world multiplayer game where you explore a post-nuclear America with or without friends. You will be able to still build settlements, scavenge for resources, and defend yourself against mutated creatures and other players. Appalachia is now massive these days, featuring dense forests, eerie swamps, and abandoned towns, each with their own unique dangers and mysteries. Since launch, Fallout 76 has received so many major updates that introduced NPCs, new storylines, and seasonal events. Whether you're hunting legendary creatures or just wanting to piece together the lore of this wasteland, this game offers endless post-apocalyptic adventures. Now, if extreme sports are more your thing, Riders Republic is an open-world playground that's just set for you. It's set across stunning US national parks, and this game lets you snowboard, ski, bike, and even wingsuit through some jaw-dropping landscapes. Whether you're racing down mountain trails or just wanting to perform tricks in skate parks, Riders Republic makes the whole map feel like one massive adventure park. Multiplayer in this game is honestly the big highlight and is a blast. You can join huge races with over 50 players to complete in trick battles or just free ride with your friends. The world is packed with so many things to discover these days, and there's always a new mountain or canyon waiting to be discovered. Starfield is Bethesda's first new IP in over 25 years, and honestly, it's an interstellar journey like no other. I know many are still mixed on this game since its release, but for me personally, I really enjoyed the story, and to be honest, with how big the world is in Starfield, I couldn't not put it on our open world list. You will play as a space explorer, traveling between diverse planets and star systems in search for resources, secrets, and story-rich encounters, and you'll also be doing this while trying to find out the secrets of the galaxy. You will pilot your own ship, you'll be able to customize it, trade it with different factions, and even get into dogfights in the depths of space. Every single planet, of course, has its own landscapes and wildlife, from barren moons to lush jungles filled with tons of alien creatures. This really is open world exploration on a galactic scale, offering limitless possibilities as you chart across through the stars and shape your own destiny. We also got the recent DLC, which I know was also a very bit mixed, but from my own personal experience, it was again another great adventure into the Starfield universe. One game I did want to highlight is actually an indie gem that dropped into Game Pass not too long ago. Creatures of Ava brings you into a magical world where you'll capture, train, and befriend mythical creatures. This isn't just about capturing them. Each creature has its own unique skills that help you navigate the game's diverse biomes, from ancient forests to sparkling caverns. You will explore this open world, and it's all about forming bonds and unlocking each unique abilities of every single creature. You'll face, of course, environmental puzzles, enemies, and challenges where your creature companions are essential to your survival. Creatures of Ava really is like a fantasy safari where every new creature is a discovery, and the beautiful landscapes invite endless exploration, and it really is the cherry on top. Sunset Overdrive is an explosion of color, chaos, and energy, and to be honest, it was my favorite exclusive that we had on the Xbox One generation. Set in a city where an energy drink has turned most of the population into mutants, you will play as an over-the-top customizable protagonist who turns the city into their own personal playground. You'll grind on rails, wall run, and leap through the air whilst wielding some of the most creative, over-the-top weapons I've ever seen in gaming. The open world is filled with tons of enemies, challenges, and plenty of places to show off your different moves. Sunset Overdrive really is a love letter to action and freedom, packed with so much style and humor, and it really has a world that feels like a comic book that really came to life. This was the last game we actually saw from Insomniac Games before they got acquired by PlayStation, so it's well worth diving into it if you've never experienced its absolute gem. Finally, we have Atlas Fallen, and it's a journey into a stunning desert world filled with tons of ancient ruins, towering dunes, and colossal beasts. You will play as a warrior with sand manipulation powers, giving you the ability to shape the environment and use the terrain to your advantage. Combat here is very fast-paced with magical sand abilities that make every encounter feel incredibly epic. Exploration is rewarded with hidden lore and secrets about an ancient civilization lost to time. From windswept deserts to sunlit oases, each area is beautifully crafted, making Atlas Fallen a unique blend of exploration, action, and breathtaking scenery. I also wanted to mention a couple of bonus games also arriving onto Xbox Game Pass in November, which are definitely worth keeping your eye on as they're really shaping up to be great open world additions to the service. First up is Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, and it isn't just a game, it's a heart-pounding journey into one of the most intense atmospheric worlds out on the market. Set in an irradiated, otherworldly landscape of Chernobyl, you'll step into the shoes of a stalker, a scavenger navigating through zones filled with mutated creatures, hostile factions, and supernatural anomalies. The zone itself is alive with a dynamic weather system and day and night cycle that impact gameplay and add to the dread-filled atmosphere. Every expedition is a gamble as you scavenge for resources, weapons, and clues about the mysteries of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. It really is a world that reacts to your choices as well, with branching paths, alliances, and a morality system that determines how the story unfolds. Stalker 2 is an immersive experience that combines survival horror with open world exploration, and if you're up for the challenge, it's a hauntingly beautiful world unlike anything else we've seen on Xbox Game Pass. Then finally, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is going to be the ultimate open world game for anyone who's ever dreamed of flying. Powered by real-world geographic data, the game recreates our entire planet in stunning detail, from bustling cities to remote mountain ranges, with weather that updates in real time. This version actually takes it much further than the 2020 version, adding career paths like air ambulance pilots, aerial firefighting, and search and rescue, giving you new purpose to your flights. Whether you're piloting a small aircraft over your hometown, cruising in a commercial airliner across continents, or just taking on missions in rugged environments, every single flight feels incredibly real. The skies are as much as a playground as they are a marvel of beauty and technical achievement, with breathtaking visuals that make every single journey just unforgettable. For explorers, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is the ultimate open world experience, where the world truly is your own sandbox. So there you have it, Xbox Nation, 20 incredible open world games on Xbox Game Pass that'll take you from the stars to mythical forests, haunted wastelands, and beyond. Remember to hit that like button if you're adding one or a few of these games to your list, and let me know in the comments which world will you dive into first. Do subscribe if you want to see more Xbox content every single day, and whilst here, why don't you check out our previous open world list? There may be some extra games on this previous list that may intrigue you.